Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a project I made with this 6x8 paper pad. This is called The Simple Life by Simple Stories, and it's like a home themed paper pad. This was so fun to work with, you guys. However, I had just this 6x8 paper pad and then a ton of the extras that I still have. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with all the extras because I have way too many. I think I just might either put them back in my stash and see if it matches any other home themed collections, or I don't know, maybe just put it in like a de-stash pile. But here's what I have left in terms of scraps. I'm sure I could make like a couple of cards out of this, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just done. This is like my longest piece right there. And I don't think I will do anything with that. I mean, maybe I might save some of these because they're really cute, like for like a mini notebook. Okay, if I could find some like other matching paper to do some covers. And then those could be like little pockets and things. So, I mean, I could try to figure something out. I do have this cut apart left that I was just going to kind of include with the album that I made, which I'll share with you guys in a second. And then here's all the extras that I have, you guys. I did not use any of these stickers. So I had the stickers. I did not use any of them. They are really cute though, but they are also big. Here's some journal bits. I used, I think, like a piece out of this, maybe 1 or 2 pieces out of this, but I still have a lot. I still have the chipboard. I did not use any of this either, though I probably could have used like a housey, but I did use some of the stickers from the sticker sheet that I had. I wish I had the collection kit to go with this to use up some more of the other stuff, but I don't. I really only had the 6x8, and there's only so much you can add in terms of embellishments with like a 6x8 album. So I have a lot of these extra bits left over. And this was part of my paper pad that I chose for the month of March, where we're like using up either 6x8, 8x8 papers. And so I had chosen 4 6x8 paper pads. This is the 3rd one that I now went through. So here's the album I made. I will share with you guys everything in detail, and you know what, let's get started into the full video so you guys can watch the intro, and then we'll start like the rest of this video. Okay, so now that you guys saw that beautiful intro of mine, which is not new, but I don't know if you guys see that intro, you guys should be like impressed, because that little carriage going through in that intro, I made that carriage. That is like a 3D project that I made, and it's just like on my screen going across like the whole screen. I don't know, I think it's so fun, especially because I made that. Anyway, so here is an album I made with the 6x8 paper pad, like I said, and this was actually an album base I had made a while back, and I had it sitting on my project cart, and I did not know if using 6x8 paper would work with this size. It's a 5x7. I mean, obviously technically I know it works, but I did not know if I would have enough paper because there's just 24 sheets in here. Other times I have made this album, I either had used like 12x12 papers or scraps of 12x12 papers or something along those lines, and this time I decided I would use a 6x8, and you guys, it worked. This is all the scraps I have left. I was pretty impressed with myself that I was able to get as much done with this as I did. Okay, so the cover here has a cut apart from the collection. It just says "Live a Good Story." You could see I did all of my stitching. I had this scrap that I just put on here as well because this was green and I wanted to kind of break it up a little bit. I have one of the ephemera pieces here and then a sticker here, and both of those are popped up on some foam to add a little bit of dimension. We've got some enamel dots, and then here is the back cover. I just used some more strips of paper that I had left over, some of the bigger strips, and just made the back cover. And then I also have my handmade kind of logo stamp here. It's just a stamp that I have. So I'll have this link down below because you guys can get this as well and just like put in your own information. So I'll have that link down below. And then all I do is punch it out with a 1.5 inch circle punch. So then I always have those like on hand to stick down onto my projects. We've got this beautiful like a satin ribbon closure. This was like a random satin kind of ribbon I found in my stash from like one of those like Michaels ribbons where it has a bunch of different colors. I don't have this color otherwise, but it matched here. It's like an off-white color, which I don't buy because I don't really like off-white, but it worked really great in this album. So then you open this up and it looks like this. I just have this cut apart up here, not cut apart, the sticker up here that says together, and I did leave it open so you can tuck a photo underneath this and behind it if you wanted to, or sideways probably would be better like that. And then you could still put like your kind of cut apart whatever on top of it and just kind of have a photo back there. You don't have to use that for a photo at all, but I just did leave it open. I even used some scraps to make a pocket down here because I had some left over. So I was able to make this little pocket here, which isn't part of the tutorial. I did the same thing on the back. That wasn't part of the tutorial because it was just like a last minute thing trying to use up some more paper. And you could see I did some paper piecing on this cut apart because I just had like strips of paper left at this point. So that's just kind of what I did. And I think that worked out and looks cute. Here was a cut apart from the collection. It just says welcome home. And this opens up. I just have like an off-white kind of paper there. And then this flips up like this. We've got another colored paper here that just matches like the collection. And then we've got a pocket down here that I embellished with a sticker. And you just got like this little cut apart in that pocket here. And this is a magnetized closed. So for this album, throughout this whole entire album, I used this magnet. This is a 1/2 inch magnet, and this one has the adhesive on it. So this is also from Total Element Magnets. You guys know I love their magnets. I get a combination of their magnets without adhesive. I get some of their magnets with adhesive. I love them all. It's just whatever I'm in the mood for to use. But if you have a personal preference, then obviously get one over the other. I just use them all. Like I don't really have too much of a preference. Normally I use these, especially when I make bases for other people. And you know, I just give them the base and then they have to pattern it with pattern paper or mat it with pattern paper. Then it's easier to do the ones with adhesive rather than having like a magnet and then tape over it. But for my own projects where I do the pattern paper and stuff, I don't really have a preference. It's just whatever I'm in the mood for that day. So when I was making this one, I just happened to want to use the ones with adhesive. So that's what I did throughout this whole entire album. These are the magnets that I used. And I love them because not only do they hold up well, great, they are fantastic. They have adhesive if you want to have the adhesive, but like I said, I use both. And I'll link both down below because obviously one is cheaper than the other. So whatever you want to get and however you want to use them is fine. And I love them, and they're cheaper than the basic gray, and they're thinner, but they work just as good. Like I love these so much, you guys. So I'm going to link them down below, and you guys could use the code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order for the magnets. You're going to love them. Honestly, you really are. So that was just like this part here. And then this part also flips out here, and you could see I just used another scrap here, and turned that into like a little pocket, added another sticker from the collection, and I even made a scrappy tag. You guys could see I had a lot of like scrappy stuff left over, so I just made the scrappy tag where I decorated the top and the bottom, and then you could still write something here or on the back. And I've got some seam binding on there, just some seam binding. This is seam binding from My Scrap Cabin Shop. You guys know I love her stuff, and if you guys want to, I just have a lot of coupon codes today. If you guys want to get anything from My Scrap Cabin Shop, you guys could use the code Carolina10 for 10% off your order for your seam binding. And I love it. I love all her seam binding. You could see I have another color peeking out there. So yeah, I just made the scrappy tag with a scrap 110-pound cardstock that I had in my stash. The rest of this album is made, like the black is made with 65-pound cardstock and then just matted with paper, obviously. But this specifically is 110-pound cardstock because I knew that I wasn't going to be matting this whole entire thing. So that's just kind of like what worked for me there. Then all of these pages, I had enough paper to do inserts on these, something I normally don't get to do because I normally run out of paper, but I had enough to do inserts, so I just did that. And then the backs are just white, so those live in each like signature page. There's like a different pattern, and they stick out like a little bit so that you can like easily pull them out. Then this page here, this has like flip up pages. So it says a happy home is filled with love, just decorated with some stickers here. This flips open. It is magnetized. And then this part flips down. I had another little scrap here, so I just turned that into like a little tuck spot and used one of the journal cards from the ephemera pack. And I just kind of tucked that in here. And then here is another little like page, and this has another like scrappy tag that I made. So I was actually really just happy with how this all turned out, how much paper I was able to use, and it was just a lot of fun. I have another cut apart here that says love, double matted with some gold. And then I used a scrap here. It says our home, our story. And then just papers from my stash that I felt matched the collection. Just some solids here. And that's what that looks like. And then this is also a pocket underneath that waterfall. So you have like this little booklet. And then this is also a pocket page. So then you have this insert in the pocket page. And this, you guys, is a tutorial available on my channel. It is the 5x7 mini album tutorial I have. I will link it down below in case you guys want to make the same album. Obviously, when I do the tutorial, I mean, you could make the base and just make the base and then pattern it with whatever paper. But I know that some people have a hard time like visualizing what paper to use. And I have done so many 5x7 albums on my channel before, sharing with you guys different styles of paper, different themes, different holidays, different seasons. I have done so many of these albums. And I just happen to have like another base in my stash, so now I'm doing this one. But you do not have to use the same paper that I'm using. You can, if you have it, then great. But a lot of the time, you guys are going to have different paper. So just make the base of the album and then matte the paper yourself. What I like to do is just kind of paper clip things to see if I like it there first. You don't have to just like cut it and stick it down there absolutely like it has to go there. No, if you don't like it, you can find a different place to use it or use it for something else kind of thing. You don't always have to use it in that exact spot. Obviously, I wouldn't cut this out yet. I just had like my cut apart here. I didn't have these cut out, but like I would try and like piece together papers that I think looked nice together and whatnot. But yes, you could use any paper you guys have in your stash. So there is a tutorial on this. I think in the tutorial I use, I want to say it's 4th of July paper when I get to the paper matting part. But I think there's either like 3 or 4 parts to the video. Maybe there's just 2. I don't know. But there's multiple parts to the video where in one part you make the base of the album. In another part you do the paper matting. So if you want to watch just the paper matting for the sizes of the paper, you could do that also. But you're probably not going to have the paper that I used, and that's okay. Just follow along with the base of the tutorial and then make the album with whatever paper that you have. Anyway, so then the next page here, this is our part of our second signature. There's 3 signatures in this album. So this is the next page. It just says Home Sweet Home. This is magnetized here as well with these magnets because I'm just loving them. And then this opens up. I have a solid here. Then this opens up. I used another scrap piece of paper here and I made a pocket. And it just says, so thankful for you. And turn that into like a little booklet from the collection. And like I had to get creative with some of this stuff because I didn't always have a full paper. So some of it, like this pocket, is an additional pocket. This was originally just like a blank page, but you get to decide what you want to make as you're making this. So even though I had the base already made, I still get to decide how I want to do my paper and add things along the way to make my paper kind of work with the album base that I'm using. So then here I have another pocket. We've got a sticker, says The Simple Life, and I just made a tag with one of the larger scraps, and you guys could see I have the seam binding there from my scrap cabin shop. And again, coupon codes and everything are linked down below, and all the stores I mentioned. Then here I just did another butterfly, and I think that's a tuck spot. Yep, it's a tuck spot right there. And then this is magnetized. I want to say this, oh, this just has one magnet. I wanted to say it had two magnets, but nope, it holds great with just the one magnet. So it has one magnet. You could add photos here and here, and then this opens up again. This is where I did like the twin pages, so it has the same pattern on both sides. And I used another scrap here to make my belly band. Now, other times I do a thinner belly band. I was just using my scrap, so I think it's a little thicker than what the tutorial might be because I just wanted to use the whole scrap of paper. And then there's a little booklet right there, and that just lives here. So then that closes like that. This has another insert because it's our third signature, so it has a pocket on the side of the signature. And then this flips this way. I've got another cut apart here. It just says enjoy the simple life. This flips open like this, magnetizes closed, and then this whole thing flips up as well. So you could add additional photos up here. You could add another photo here, and then this flips down. Oh, I didn't even put that in the right spot. That was my bad. I was wondering why it went all the way in. There you go. So then you could add another photo here and whatnot. And obviously, like I just had, you could tuck other things in here, like I just did by accident. But yeah, so that goes there. And then just with another scrap at the end here, I did another pocket here and another scrappy kind of little booklet to put into the pocket as well. So I really like that I was able to use a 6x8 paper pad because like I said, other times I would just use leftover scraps from 12x12s. And so it was nice. It was obviously, you could see it was a little bit more challenging. I had to make pockets in places. I had to use scrappy pieces, but it also pushed me to use up as much of that paper pad as possible. So it was actually a lot of fun. So this album is available in my Etsy shop in case you guys are interested in purchasing it. The tutorial is available. There is a cutting guide for the tutorial as well, so you guys can check that out. And all the links for everything are down below, whether it's, you know, the tutorial of the album, whether it's the paper. If I could find it, I will link it. I think it's like an older collection from 2022, so I'm not sure it's still available. I will definitely link the magnets for you guys, the seam binding, and the coupon codes, and everything else is linked in the description box. You guys could check that out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing another one of my previous albums in a different style. I do like to do my previous albums every so often. I feel like, you know, tutorials can sometimes get lost, and people are always asking me for tutorials, but I don't always have new tutorials. Sometimes I'm using my own tutorials to make projects, and that's okay too. And I'm sure that, you know, there's plenty of you that are asking for tutorials but have not given some of my older tutorials a try. So I would really encourage you guys to do some older ones that you guys have not yet done and maybe have on your wish list to try, because yeah, all of us make tutorials, and I just don't feel like I need to be making tutorials every single week for you guys to be crafting and inspiring you guys, because sometimes it's just the paper that inspires me. Sometimes I just have an album base and I make it work, and it's just like fun to use it in a different way. So I don't know. I feel like I've been babbling a lot in this video, so I'm gonna go now. But I hope it does inspire you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. There will be other videos obviously coming and stuff. I'm always posting new videos, but I'm trying to get to 100K subscribers this year. So if you guys can, please share the videos that I do with your not followers, but I mean, if you have a YouTube channel, then great. Share some videos, maybe do some tutorials, share some videos. or you guys can just share my video on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and just kind of encourage people to watch and then possibly subscribe. That would be fantastic because I'm really trying to get to 100K by the end of this year. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.